Hello, everybody. Good morning. How are you? My name is Visa Shanmugam, and I am a life and empowerment coach. And I love to help women. I help them rise to achieve the fullest potential in life. All right, so today I wanted to talk to you guys about my morning routine. So I was dropping my son off this morning, and I was coming back and I was like in a really, really good mood, and nothing especially great had happened. But I realized that I was just really enjoying the morning, despite the fact that it was a very gray, rainy, damp day outside, which in itself is enough to put a lot of people in like a bad mood. So I started thinking about how, I always used to struggle feeling good in the mornings, and I still do. I've always said that I'm not a morning person, but I'm a lot better now today than I was maybe 8 months ago, a year ago. And the secret to that is I have certain, things that I do in the morning to make sure that I get off to a really great start. And I cannot emphasize how important it is to get off to a great start, because how you start your day really dictates how the rest of your day goes. I know we think that, if, this meeting goes well, or this meeting with my boss goes well, or if the pitch to my client goes great, or if my, kids don't fight in the morning, like that will put me in a good mood, right? We allow external circumstances to dictate how we feel all the time. And most of us are not willing to take control or set the intention on how we want to feel, okay? So let me repeat that again. Most of us allow external circumstances to dictate how we feel, whether we feel mad or sad or angry or upset, disappointed, frustrated. We allow all the things that are happening outside of us to dictate how we feel. And when we allow that to happen, you're really at the mercy of all the external stuff that's happening. You really are at the mercy. You're basically saying, I have no control over how I feel. And I want you to take control of how you feel, because your feelings and your actions are really the only things that you truly have 100% control of in this life, okay? Your feelings and the actions that you take are really 100% you have control of it. That is the only thing you have 100% control of, right? So I wanted to share with you some of the things the changes that I made in my life to make sure that my mornings got off to a great start, okay? So if you are jumping on here live and you're watching me for the first time, drop me a 1. I want to say hello to you. And if you are new to my world, welcome, welcome, welcome. So happy to have you here. And if you're a regular viewer of mine, go ahead and put in replay if you're watching this on replay, okay? So I've got my notes here. So the first thing that I do when I wake up in the morning is, before I even open my eyes, before my feet hit the floor, is I say a really short prayer. You might not believe in God, you might believe in the universe, you might believe in source energy, whatever it is, or you might not believe in a higher power at all. That's totally okay. This is not about religion, but this is about being grateful and appreciating the fact that you have been blessed with another day to live. Okay, most of us take each day that we have for granted. We just assume that we're about to wake up the next morning. Okay, and it's so important, before your eyes open and your feet hit the ground, that you just take 5, 10, 15, 20 seconds to say, thank you, Lord, thank you, God, for giving me another extra day in this life of mine. Okay, it makes such a big difference, because you are intentionally acknowledging, appreciating the fact that you woke up another day, right? Which a lot of people don't get. So pay attention to that and be grateful for that. So that's number 1, the thing that I started doing. Number 2 is put a smile on your face, right? For the fact that you woke up. Okay, because a lot of times we get woken up maybe by our kids, and we wake up with a frown. We wake up with a groan. We wake up whining or complaining in our heads. And what I've noticed is that whenever I go to wake up my kids, they're still young. They're 5 and 8, so they're just at this gorgeous age of where they still live in a world that's just magical, and they use their imagination. And when I go to wake them up in the morning, they have a huge smile on their face, and that makes me happy, right? So imagine if you were to wake up, as you say that prayer, you have a smile on your face. Even if that smile is only physical on the outside, I swear to you, it sends messages to your brain, and you actually start to feel that smile on the inside. Okay, so that's number 2. And sometimes what I do is, this goes into another tip, is when I get to the bathroom to brush my teeth, I actually look into my face, I look into my eyes, and I appreciate the person that's looking back at me. Yeah, I know that sounds really cheesy, but that's one of the things that I do, where I smile at myself and I appreciate the face that is staring back at me. Because this face has brought me to where I am. This soul has brought me to where I am for the last 36 years of my life, right? Pay attention to yourself. Appreciate the things that you have been given. Okay, so that's number 3. Looking at the mirror and admiring what you have been given. That is so important in the morning. And I do that either as I brush my teeth or as I get out of the shower. And for all the women out there, this is really important. And for the guys too. How much time do you spend looking at yourself in the mirror? Not in a way that you self-deprecate and tear yourself up as to, my arms are too fat or my tummy's not flat enough. Not in that sense, but in a sense of deep appreciation for the body that you have, for the legs that allow you to walk, for the arms that allow you to hug and lift your children, for the eyes that allow you to see, for the ears that allow you to hear, right? Take 30, all of this doesn't take much time, you guys. And so as I get out of the shower, that's another one of the things that I do, is I take about 30 seconds to really look at my body and look at my face and just appreciate what I've been given and appreciate the fact that I am healthy to do everything that I desire in my life, okay? And then the other thing that I do is dancing anytime I get a chance. I don't do all of this every single morning, but I try to incorporate, mix and match depending on my mood that day and what I have time for. So dancing is, oh my gosh, if you have Alexa or if you have Google Home, put one of those things in your bathroom and like get a playlist or pick an artist like music that just lifts you up. For me, it's an Indian composer called A.R. Rahman, and most of his music, oh my gosh, it just puts like his music just lifts my soul. Okay, so I either listen to that or I listen to any one of the pop artists that are popular at the moment that's got a song that just makes me want to dance. And so dancing is so key for me to get my vibrations up in the morning. And I am telling you, you feel like a rock star in your bathroom dancing. Like put it on high, just dance your heart out. No one's watching you, okay? And that is guaranteed to get you in a great mood. So I don't even know what number I'm on, okay? So this is a huge thing. This next tip, huge, 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 huge. Okay, you ready for this? Stop listening to the news. Don't turn on the news in the morning. Do not turn on the news on the radio. Stop listening to the radio. Stop listening to the news. Okay, that is my biggest tip that I have for you in the mornings. Just stop listening to mainstream media news. Okay, my dad got so mad at me when I told him that I stopped listening to the news. And he's like, how do you know what's going on in this world? Hi, Chitra. And the reason I stopped listening to the news is that I realized that all it was doing is fear-mongering, right? When have you ever listened to the news where you felt inspired, where you felt uplifted, where you felt motivated, right? 99.9% of the time, the news that you listen to, it makes you feel scared, makes you feel worried, makes you feel scarce about the resources that we have on planet Earth, just makes you feel down. It makes you feel so worried. I'm not saying like pretend none of the bad stuff is happening out there in the world. But what I'm saying is don't let your morning be flooded with that kind of information and news about fires, about floods, about starvation, about wars, right? Like if you listen to that in the morning, how on earth do you feel inspired and motivated to do your best that day when it feels like no matter what you do, you're not going to make any difference in this world, right? That's how the news left me feeling every morning. So I have stopped listening to the news altogether. I do not listen to the news. Hi, Nupur. And then I don't also listen to anytime I'm driving in the car, I don't listen to the radio. I do not listen to the radio on the news. I do not listen to the news on the radio either. So the biggest tip that I can give you is that maybe later on in the day, if it's important to your job, I get it. But you can get your news from other sources, you guys. Like read online articles. There's much less drama attached to it when you're reading it rather than listening to the sensationalization that happens in media. And instead, what I listen to is, like I said, either music that uplifts me in the car, gets me singing, gets me even moving in the car, right? Like I'm bopping along in my car when I'm driving. Or I listen to Audible. Like, oh my gosh, Audible has changed my life, you guys. I love Audible because you get to curate and pick out the type of books that you want to listen to. It could be fiction, it could be nonfiction, but I'm telling you, fill your soul, fill your heart, fill your day with books and knowledge and information. That is what is going to change your world, not the news. Okay. And that's what I do on every single time I have to get in the car and drive. I look forward to it. I don't care that there might be traffic. I don't care that people might be cutting me off, because I'm enjoying the time in my car. I'm enjoying the music I'm listening to. I'm enjoying the books that I'm listening to. And every time I listen to a book, it's opening up a whole new world to me. And I am improving as a human being. And how can you be mad about that when you're stuck in traffic, right? So that's what I do. And then the other thing that I do when I wake up in the morning is do not check your emails. I know we all sleep with our phones next to us. And this is something that I'm still working on, but I've gotten so much better, is that I don't check my emails as soon as I wake up in the morning. Oh my gosh, I used to do that when I worked in corporate America, and I can't believe that I was doing that to myself, because I used to, my whole job was servicing clients, right? And every email that I would get was a client stressed out about something. And that would be the first thing I was flooding my brain with when I woke up in the morning, was all of these problems that people had that I had to solve. Imagine allowing all of that energy seeping into me before my day even got started. So if you have a job that's stressful, you know, and I imagine most of you that work, you do face that, where emails are constantly coming in. Stop it. Stop doing that in the morning, because again, you're allowing external problems to dictate how your day is going to go. So don't check social media, don't check text messages, don't check emails. Just leave your phone alone, okay? Focus on yourself in the morning. Dictate how you, like, set an intention to how your day is going to go. Focus on your kids, focus on your spouse. You know, and you are going to have so much more of a pleasant morning if you start out that way. And my final tip, I had it written down here and I had it in my head and it's suddenly gone. Oh, that's it. Appreciate the day that you have been given, right? Because you have been given a whole new day, and set the intention for what this day is going to be like. You know, when I wake up in the morning, I of course say my prayer and say, thank you, God, for giving me this another beautiful day that I get to be on this planet Earth. Put a smile on my face. And I thank the universe for giving me a fantastic day. Like I already decide this day is going to be fabulous. I don't know what's going to happen, but I decide it's going to be a fabulous day, right? And I don't know what magical things are going to happen, but I do decide it's going to be a magical, fabulous, I should say fantabulous, because I love that word, miraculous day. You already decide that this is going to be an amazing day for you, and you say thank you for it, right? You decide it's going to happen. Hi, Smitha. And you know, that's what I do. So these are all the things that you can do to go from dreading your mornings to feeling like a diva who's got her morning and her day under control. So let me review the 10 that I have, okay? So say a short prayer before you open your eyes and your feet hit the floor in the morning. Have a smile on your face, okay? So that's number 2. Putting an intentional smile on your face before you start your day makes a big difference, like emotionally and mentally. Okay, and number 3, appreciate and set the intention for what your day is going to be, which is magical, miraculous, and fantabulous. Okay, decide that you're about to have an amazing day. And then number 4, do not check your phone when you wake up in the morning. No social media, no emails, no messages, nothing. All right, so that's really important, because if you do that, then immediately your energy is going to be zapped by other people's problems that you're having to solve. Okay. And then when you get to the bathroom, again, smile at your own self, smile at your face, okay, and thank yourself for waking up this morning, okay? And then as I brush my teeth, as I get in the shower, I dance to music. And you guys have hopefully watched my routine where I'm dancing in my bathroom. Get Alexa or get Google Home, plug that in, and program some music to be played as you are showering, as you're dancing. And spend time just appreciating your body and your face and your soul, just appreciating everything that you have been blessed with, okay? And then do not listen to the news on your commute or in the morning as you're getting your kids ready. Do not turn on that news. Do not turn on that news. If there's one tip that you could take away, if I had to prioritize my top 10, that would be the one thing, okay? Do not listen to the news. Instead, listen to music that's just going to get you bopping, that's going to get you dancing, that's just going to lift your soul, and or listen to audible books, okay? Listen to audiobooks. I cannot recommend that enough. I used to think that only old people listen to audiobooks because they didn't have the vision to read. Like, how awful was I? I used to think that audiobooks was meant for old people, right? Because they needed like really large print to read. And I was like, oh my God, who listens to audiobooks? That's such an old thing. But oh my gosh, it is the best invention on earth. Go invest in, if where you live, if you have Audible, which is an Amazon company, go do it. Best investment ever. It's like I paid $24 a month. So worth it. So worth it. It has changed my life. And I think that's where all the tips. So dancing, music, ignoring the news, ignoring your phone, smiling, setting an intention, all of that gets your day off to a great start. And like I said, you don't have to do all 10 every morning. Start with 1 or 2, okay? And then mix and match these things based on what your morning looks like. I know with kids, it's very unpredictable, right? You want to have a morning routine, but it's very unpredictable. But the biggest thing is to have time for yourself. Most of us start our days off rushing because we want to get our kids somewhere, right? Or we've slept in, or we've hit the snooze button one too many times. So it's really important that you get up maybe 15 to 30 minutes earlier before your kids get up, and you have that time to yourself to do all of these things. Because I am telling you, when you have that 20 to 30 minutes to yourself to set an intention for the day, oh, it is a game changer. It is a game changer. You are ahead of the ball as opposed to trying to catch up to everything, okay? And you feel less stressed, you feel less overwhelmed, and when you've already filled your cup in the morning, you have more energy to give to those around you, and you are less stressed, and you are more in control of your day. All right, so let me see the comments that came in. Smitha said, you have this thing on my mind. Why is manifestation so important? Can't we be satisfied with what we have? Absolutely, Smitha. It's a balancing act. Manifestation doesn't have to be a thing for you. But you know what? We wouldn't be human beings if we didn't desire for more. As human beings, we are programmed. We are inherently programmed to grow, to transform, to desire. Okay? And it doesn't mean that you can't be satisfied with what you have. Absolutely. I am so grateful and appreciative for every single thing that I have in my life right now. But it doesn't mean I don't want to grow and change and do more, right? Have more impact, have more money, have more success. That drive in me will never, ever go away. And so that is why manifestation is a huge part of people's lives, because we are as human beings, we just desire. There's nothing wrong with desiring, okay? But what I want to teach all of you is how to go after your desires while also really appreciating exactly what you have. And I don't want you to desire with guilt, okay? And there's nothing wrong either way. You are the decider of your life. So just because I'm sitting here coaching you on manifesting and co-creating and telling you that you need to desire bigger and better things for your life doesn't mean you have to, right? I am not the be all and the end all. This is what has worked for me in my life to get me to where I am. And so I teach the thing that has worked for me. It doesn't mean that it's the right thing for you. You are the only one who can decide what's right for you. Okay, so I hope that helps. It's okay, it's off topic, I know, but questions are always welcome. So I appreciate you and I appreciate your question. So I hope this live helped all of you make some small shifts to your morning, because I know so many of us dread waking up in the mornings, and I don't want that for any of you. I want all of you to rise up and take control of your day and feel like a diva from the minute you wake up, because that's the type of day you deserve every single day. But nobody can make that happen for you. You are in control of your life. You're in control of your day. You're in control of every single moment. And it starts with you taking control of your energy, okay? And these are all the things that I do to take control of my energy in the morning. And I realize that I have to set the intention on how my day goes, because otherwise I let other people kind of drive the day for me, and I do not want that to happen. Okay, I wish you all a fantastic day, and I want to hear from you on which thing you're going to implement, which one thing, 2 things, 3 things you're going to implement from the list that I have shared with you. Okay, share with me and let me know how it goes. All right, I think I got one more comment here. Smitha, you said awesome. Yes. Annie, you said yes. Awesome. All right, you guys, take care. Have a great day. Bye.